What's up, guys? So today I'm going to do the clutch and short shifter review like I said I would. I'm at about 550 miles now. Actually, probably just about 500 because I did do a little bit of highway driving. So I'm going to give my whole review on the shifter and the clutch. I'm going to do the clutch first because it's probably going to be longer. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about it. Like I said before, it's a competition stage 2 clutch and the factory flywheel, STI flywheel. Sorry, my voice, I'm not doing too good today. My throat's all messed up, but so yeah, I had the clutch installed about probably 3 weeks ago now. And to be honest, when I first started driving it, I actually did a vlog. If you haven't checked it out, you can check it out. It was really hard to drive. Very, very sensitive. The pedal was very hard. The car would actually shake a lot. No matter how I tried to take off, you know, riding it, not riding it, taking off normal, I could ride it and it wouldn't do it, but then you would just smell the clutch like really bad, so I didn't want to do that. So I kind of just dealt with it. To be honest, it was horrendous. The first 100 miles were horrendous. It was bad. I mean, the car would shake to the point where I thought something was wrong with it. But I wrote it out. I went online actually on competition's website, and there was actually in the FAQ section, it kind of mentioned it, that because the material used, more friction type material, it just kind of happens sometimes because, you know, it's not a stock clutch. So I kind of said, screw it, if something breaks, you know, Subaru will have to pay for it or fix it or whatever. So I just wrote it out for a while. I mean, it did it a lot. Sometimes it would do it, sometimes it wouldn't after a while. Till about 300-ish miles, it wasn't as bad. The clutch pedal went down after 100 miles. It was pretty much like stock, and the clutch, it's fine now. I mean, it feels just like the stock clutch pretty much. But yeah, I mean, the shaking thing was the only. I mean, the car shifted fine. It drove fine. It wouldn't shake when it was driving. It was just taking off, and so I kind of just said, screw it. Maybe that's just how it's gonna be, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it, you know. So I've been driving it, you know, it would do it, and it's Sunday now. Friday night I was hanging out with JC and Paul and Mikey, and we were actually going to there was a meet in North Haven, like last minute thing. So I think we were at JC's house or near JC's house, and a bunch of little back roads to get there. So we were driving, we all just started, you know, not race carring, but spirited driving. It was just a lot of like quick turns and a lot of heel towing and just a lot of shifting. I was probably around 450 miles at this point, and give or take, I don't remember exactly, but I mean, it was probably a solid, I want to say 5 to 7 minutes of just spirited driving, you know, a lot of shifting like I said. And so we start driving, we get to the meet, and on the way home later on, I'm driving, and I was like, well, I'm gonna take some back roads, so I'm not on the highway all the time. And I kind of noticed that the car wouldn't shake anymore when I would take off, and I was like, that's kind of weird. And now driving it, I take off. I mean, it doesn't really do it anymore. Well, it did it right there, but it's really weird to explain. It's very sensitive. You can get it to take off now without shaking, but the catch point is so sensitive. Like you just have to hit it right. If you don't, it'll shake or you'll ride it, basically. It may get better as time goes on. We'll see. But I can actually take off now without having the car shake or burning my clutch up, which is really nice. It's a lot better than it was, like I said before, when I first started driving. I mean, it was so bad. It got annoying. I didn't even want to drive the car. But had to do it. Now, of course, now that I'm doing the video, it's shaking. But I mean, I was like, it made me like a noob driving a car. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, it's not as bad now. Of course, now that I'm doing the video, though, it's shaking. So, but it's still not as violent as it was. I mean, it would actually, like, you could just hear it in the drivetrain. It sounded so bad. I was like, I thought something, like, they broke something, to be honest. It was bad. But that wasn't as bad. It's just you got to get used to it. I don't drive this car every day too. That's the problem. I'm coming from a Saturn that has like no clutch at all. It's just easy to drive. This is totally different. But once I start driving it, like Friday night after work, I met up with them and we were driving around most of the night. And once I get, used to the car again, I can drive it a lot better. It's just I don't drive this car every day, so going between cars, anyone that drives stick knows it takes a little while to get used to the car again. But now, I mean the car drives fine, like I said. I'm happy with it. Oh, this road's terrible. I haven't full boosted yet. I probably hit maybe 16 pounds max on my low boost, and that's my low boost map. But I haven't held it to red line. I would hit it quick and just shift. I'm actually at a road where I could do it now. I haven't. This is actually the first time I'm going to hit full boost, so we'll see what happens. Because I haven't done it. Ugh. But yeah. So I'm gonna. Of course, there's a car in front of me, so I'm gonna stop. Kind of, because there's more cars coming. That should be good now. I'll do a second, third gear pull. We'll see what happens. Wow. Man, I forgot how fast this car was. Wow. Whew. Wow. Man, it just feels so much faster. To be honest, well, I hit 23 pounds right there, which I'm tuned to 22, and the way I have an electronic boost controller, Grim Speed, it will peak a little higher than 22, but it goes right back to 22. And by the time I hit redline, it's about 21. I'll hold 21 to redline, and wow, that was amazing. Wow. Wow. I don't think I was getting the full power out of this car in the stock clutch. I think it was slipping, because that just felt so much faster than it ever did. Wow. My tune, when I got it tuned, I was at like 350 wheel torque on a Mustang dyno. So presumably, I mean, I'm probably around we'll just say 375, give or take. On the stock SDI clutch, they say like 350 foot-pounds is pushing it. So, I mean, I actually got the clutch back from Subaru when they did it, and it was pretty chewed up. It didn't look healthy. It was all scored and everything, the clutch disc. Yeah, I don't think it was getting the full power to the ground, because that just felt like rocket ship. Not even kidding. Holy crap. That was awesome. And there was no issue. I mean, I spooled, hit boost, and the car was solid. There was no crazy noises. So yeah, you guys got to witness the first full pull that I've done since I've done the clutch. So anyway, I'm sorry. I just blew my mind. I don't know if it's I haven't gone fast in a long time, or it's just I'm getting the full output now. But that just felt dumb fast, like tunnel vision. That was just crazy. I can't stop smiling. That was awesome. I mean, the car's holding up fine, especially after that pull. I mean, it's still driving fine, still shifts fine. It's very smooth. Hopefully now, maybe it'll take off better too now that I did that. Who knows? But I will tell you, and anyone who puts a performance clutch in and drove it will tell you, you have to break it in. People will say, like, mechanics and stuff stuff. I've seen people, after 100 miles, the clutch is what it is, or whatever. I can tell you for 100% certainty, after 100 miles, this clutch was nowhere near ready to be driven like that. Not even close. It took the clutch pedal to get near normal. It took 100 miles to do that, and it still was hard. Now after 500, it's normal. And the car, you can just tell it, the way it drove, the little shakes and stuff like that. If you go on Rally Sport, I didn't buy the clutch off Rally Sport, but I was just looking up what people were saying about it. I actually bought it off a guy from CT Subi. Competition requires a 300-mile break-in, but they recommend 500 miles. And people were all saying, go the 500, a lot of city driving, don't beat on it. And then there were some people that did beat on it, and they wish they didn't, because the car just drove like crap. So I went with it. I said, all right, I'll go 500. Even I was actually a believer where it didn't matter. And then I drove the car after I picked it up, and I was like, holy crap, yeah, this thing needs to be broken in. So I did the 500, and I'm glad I did, because that pull right there was perfect. I mean, no issue. Car's driving fine, no knock. And the motor, which is always awesome. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy now. I don't know, man. That just felt awesome. I can't even explain it, but that was so dope. So yeah, that's pretty much my review on it. So I'm gonna go to the short throw now. I had the Cartboy short throw installed with the shifter bushings. Initial thought was it was nice. I couldn't really drive it hard at first, so I just regular shifting. It actually, I'm not gonna lie, this shifter actually made me drive this car better. I had the factory short throw when I bought the car. It's not a bad shifter, but anyone who owns an STI or knows about STIs, third gear in this car is it's a very funny gear. It's very touchy. You can't just go second to third like a normal car. You have to, when you shift from second to third, you have to, like you're gonna shift, but you have to let it sit in neutral for like a split second and then go into third, because for some reason it has to find its neutral point before it'll either lock you out if you don't, or it'll go in real hard, and it'll get notchy, which you don't want to do. On the factory short throw, when I had this car, for the life of me, just cruising, I couldn't shift third very well. I would get it once in a while, but not all the time. I got this with the bushings, and I did it where I went to neutral real quick. Ooh, I got a downshift big time. And yeah, so I'd go into neutral real quick, and it just slide right in. Once in a while I'd miss it still, because I was still getting used to it, but now I pretty much have it down. This shifter is very precise, this Cartboy shifter, especially with the bushings. It will let you know if you're shifting wrong. You have to be pretty spot on with it. But I will say, I mean, the throws are short. Even over the factory short throw, I mean, you guys can't see the shifter now, but I'm in fourth. It literally looks like I'm in neutral. Like, on any other car, you would think I was in neutral. It's that short. But it's also very nice. I mean, that first pull I did was the first real pull. I haven't shifted hard like that, and that wasn't even really hard. I kind of granny shifted it, but smooth as butter. Especially second to third. This car, even with the factory short throw, second to third, when you were ripping it, it would go right in, but this just felt a lot better doing it on this, especially with the bushings. It was just there. Good, go, just go, The thing with the bushings, though, is they are noisy. The factory bushings would make a little bit of noise, like, say, like in third gear, if I was just coasting down a hill at like 2,500, $2,000, whatever, you would hear the little whining, but it wasn't loud, but you could hear it. These are loud. You can definitely hear it, especially low gear for second, third. Even just driving, it makes a lot of noise. I'm in fifth right now, and you can't really hear it at all. The high gears aren't bad, 4, 5, and 6, but if you're low gear and like say you're like trying to come to a stop and just coasting in second, it's pretty loud. It's not unbearably loud, but it's loud. But I mean, that's just they're solid bushings, they're whatever, polyurethane or whatever they are. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember, but this shifter is very nice. I mean, I think it was what, 150, 200 bucks on from Rally Sport for the bushings and the shifter kit. I mean, you honestly can't beat that, and it's solid. The welds are nice on the shifter. The bushings, it comes with everything for 150 bucks. You can't beat it. That's why I did it. I figured, screw it. It's gonna be all ripped apart. I might as well. And honestly, I'm glad I did. It's starting to become one of my favorite mods done to this car. The height is, if my stupid armrest was fixed and not retarded, which is a totally another story, you could see it flopping retardedly. If my armrest was normal, like this, the shifter height is spot on. The short throw, the factory short throw was probably, you probably can't see my hand, but it's an inch higher. And it was just a little, like you're on an up angle, a little bit. This shifter is just spot on for the height. It's not too short and not too tall. It's just right there. It's perfect. I still have the stock shift knob. I love the stock shift knob. A lot of people don't, but it's got nice grip. The leather, it fits my hand perfectly. I mean, I don't have small hands, but I don't have ginormous hands either. It's spot on for me. I love it. Even heel towing now, it's a lot better. Downshifting, like I said, it's just a lot more precise than the factory short throw. The bushings, I mean, you could probably get away with doing bushings. It might be better, but like I said, the height of this shifter is just perfect. And if you're going to do the bushings, you might as well do the shifter. You're going to be right there. I didn't install the shifter as well. Subaru did it, but we actually did it on Paul's WRX. He has, the 5-speed version. It literally took us 20 minutes, not even probably. It was that easy. I couldn't believe how easy it was to swap the shifter out, actually. I've never done one. But yeah, I mean, it was done easy. I mean, for the money, what you're going to get out of it, it's a no-brainer. I mean, seriously. I mean, I've driven Paul's car before the shifter, and it was so sloppy. The car only has like 30,000 miles on it. That shifter was just awful. It was bad. And now that he has that CarPlay, he even texted us when he drove it home the night we did it, and he's like, dude, it's a totally different car. It makes that much of a difference. I'm so happy I did it, to be honest. It was worth the 150 bucks. So if you're thinking about doing it or not sure, just pull the trigger and do it. It's so worth it. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I can say about the shifter. Sorry for my voice. My mouth is like severely dry at the moment. I should have got some water. So yeah, I mean, I'm actually, after that pull, I'm sealed now. That I'm so glad I did the clutch finally. Like I said, it was absolutely horrendous to drive at that 500 mile break-in, but you just got to live with it and just do it right. Just do a lot of shifting, a lot of city driving, a lot of downshifting. You got to break it in. There's just no way around it, unfortunately. A lot of people don't like the competitions they say they don't hold the power. The clutch is rated for 425 foot-pounds at the wheels, which obviously I'm not near. I'm probably never going to be at 425 foot-pounds at the wheels, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, this guy's just going to cut me off. Okay, that was cool. Yeah, I'm never going to be at 425 foot-pounds. I can pretty much guarantee that. So this clutch will hold up fine. I mean, 425 foot-pounds of the wheels is a good amount of torque. But I mean, let's just be honest. That you're going to pull pretty hard. A lot of the other clutches, when you look at them, they're not. I'm pretty sure from I didn't look at South Bend, but like ACT, Exetti, and Competition. Competition was the only one to have a rating at the wheels. All the other ratings, right, for ACT and Exetti were at the flywheel, which, it doesn't really help you out because it's kind of hard to calculate what what it's going to hold at the wheels. You know what I mean? It's a big difference from flywheel and wheels, especially all-wheel drive. You're losing a lot of power. you know, from the drivetrain. So realistically, I think the ACT clutch I saw, I don't remember which one, was 515 at the fly. That could very well be not much more than 425 at the wheels. You know, maybe 440, maybe around there. Who knows? I mean, it's hard to tell. That's what I liked about competition. They gave you a torque rating at the wheels, which is perfect. You know, 425 foot at the wheels. You know, you're probably close to 475 at the fly. You know, give or take. So the clutch can hold. This clutch can hold a lot of power. I'm sure. I don't see it giving out unless you have a dumb amount of power, or you're just constantly ripping the car at that torque rating. So, like I said, I'm happy with this combo with the Stage 2 clutch from competition, the Cartboy short throw. It was definitely worth the investment. I'm not sure. I know the clutch, if you buy it anywhere, is around $500 ish. I got it for $350 from this guy from CD Subi, brand new. That's pretty much why I bought it. I mean, I went on the forum one day and he wanted I think he wanted $375. I talked him down to $350, and I mean, I just couldn't pass that up. It was just too good of a deal, so I bought it. I sat on it all winter and finally got it installed, and now that it's broken in, I mean, I'm good with it. I'll try to maybe do a different angle so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing drive-wise. I'll try to get a shot with the cluster and the gauges, maybe do another pull. Alright guys, I'm going to try out this angle right here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see everything. I have an LCD in the back. I have the Hero 4 GoPro. It looks kind of bright on the outside, so I don't know how well you're going to see the road, but hopefully you can see all the gauges. I just don't have a really perfect setup for this right now. I'm just using the suction cup and the 3-way pivot arm thingy. So I'm actually heading back from the way I was coming when I was talking. It's actually a really nice, not a perfect road, it's kind of bumpy, but it's nice and twisty. So I'm going to go back all the way to the stoplight, flip around, and then do some driving. So I'm going to cut it right now, and then once I get back up there and start heading back down, I'll turn the camera back on and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Alright guys, so I turned around. Gonna put it in sport mode, and we're gonna do some driving. So enjoy it. I'm not gonna talk through it, I'm just gonna drive. Hopefully you can see everything alright. I'm gonna say one thing too. I'm not gonna go dumb fast because I'm still on my winter tires, and it's only 38 degrees, and this road isn't the smoothest road to drive on, and there's kind of a lot of traffic right now. So I'm not gonna go ham, but I'm gonna do some spirited driving. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy it. This shifter is very precise. You have to be dead on. I totally got locked out right there. Oh, this road is so bumpy. shock there, the 1.4 hit. So I'm probably gonna call it quits for today. I don't. It's the first time I've driven my car this hard in a long time, so just gonna take it easy the rest of the way home. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, like I said, if you're planning on getting a new clutch, I would definitely recommend this clutch. After that driving, I mean, it's holding up great. No issues. Car feels fine.